Okay, so I thought I would share a little story with you guys as a good example of how our dog's behavior is oftentimes very dependent upon our own, and how we can give our dogs cues and signals that heighten the energy level or change the behaviors that we're seeing from our dog entirely, unintentionally sometimes even. So I'm pretty aware of my energy and how it affects my animals as a dog trainer, but even so, sometimes we're not really paying attention. We're in our own heads, we're going about our own lives, we're doing our own thing. So, a little story for you guys. I'm obviously quite pregnant. We're due here with baby number 2 in about 4 weeks. And we've been doing an online birthing class. It's every night. Virtual, and it's great. We're learning a lot. However, the other day I had a friend's dog. His name is Stark, and I love this kid to death. He's a little squirrely sometimes, but hey. But we were sitting down doing this birthing class, and it just gotten started. And I knew that Stark's owner was coming to pick him up while our birthing class was happening. That was just the timing that it worked out. So I had put his harness on him, but did not attach the leash yet because I knew that my daughter was going to be the one running him out to his owner when they came to pick up. And so we had sat down and we were doing this birthing class, and I was trying really hard to pay attention, honestly. And Stark is circling my chair. He's very excitable. He's needy. He's bobbing my hands with his head. He's pushing my chair, and just generally a lot of attention-seeking behaviors. And it's not normal for him. I mean, he is a little squirrely, like I said, but he can be calm, and all the other dogs in the room were calm, and so it was a little odd. And so I had to pause my what I was doing, my birthing class basically, and be like, what is it that you need? And I realized in that moment that I was sitting and I had set his leash down in my lap because I had walked straight from the living room where we were harnessing up and come straight into the office to do birthing class. So he was reacting to a few different things. One, wearing the harness and not going anywhere. Normally the harness is the thing that he puts on when he's going somewhere. It's not something that he wears around the house. It is specifically for mobility purposes, walking purposes. So, and I have the leash in my lap. So he has this expectation that we're going somewhere. And the fact that I have not yet leashed him up is really a little bit distressing for him because that is not the usual routine. And it's left him hanging, as it were. So I realized that in my rush and my haste and my getting ready to do class, I had completely neglected to hang the leash up, but to do other things that would indicate to him that we were not, in fact, about to get up and leave and go somewhere. And so I had to go get up, go put the leash away, and then come sit back down so that he did not have this stress or anxiety of anticipation about something that was about to happen that was very exciting. So once we put the leash down, he calmed right down. He was able to lay down, and he was like, all right, well, nothing's happening right now. So the leash is gone. I've got the harness on, which is a little weird, but the leash is gone. And so we were able to take that behavior that he was displaying, the neurotic circling, the hand bopping, the whining, all of that went away immediately just by me literally getting up and taking this leash and putting it away. So all of that to say that our dogs respond to us in a slew of different ways. We receive communication from us in a lot of different ways. And especially when our dogs are familiar with us, a change in routine can mean a big change for them. It can mean big excitement, big anticipation, big expectations. And so when we see our dog's energy level change drastically, especially very quickly, we need to take a look at our own behavior and see what we may have done to change, number one, the energy in the household, but also to set expectations, right? Are we participating in a familiar routine that the dog is going to then expect a follow through? Because that's how we've always done it. That's how we've conditioned our dogs to behave, how to react. So in this case, it's not that Stark did anything wrong. In fact, he was, as far as he knew, behaving according to routine. We've got the harness on, you've got the leash, lady, let's get this thing on and let's go. I'm ready to go. But obviously that was not my intent or my plan for the next hour. So when we see these big changes, look at yourself, look at your body language, look at the things that you're holding in your hand. What have you recently said? Are we using power words, words that have a drastic impact on the energy level in our environment? How are we behaving that has made or produced this change in our dogs? So just a little story today to let you guys know that it happens to the best of us, all of us. But when we do notice those big changes in energy in our household, it's important to look at the small things that have changed and what we're doing to impact them. Then we can adjust our behavior accordingly, and a lot of times get a better result and better behavior out of our dog.